healthy sour cream to be able to dollop on top, and then I will joyfully eat it for lunch.
While we're on the way to the grocery store, let's answer some questions.
All right, let's do it.
So you've got them next to you, because I can't read questions and drive at the same time. I don't think that would be very safe. If we were doing carpool karaoke right now, what would it be?
Mine would be yeah. Or it would be baby, calm down.
Okay, cool.
You know that.
Yeah.
Don't tell me no.
Well, you have to know the words.
Whoa.
Got it.
You always make fun of me because he makes fun of me in my music choice because he says a lot of it there isn't actual words. It's either mumble or it's sounds. So that would be mine. And if it was Jay, it would be "Don't Never Stop." What is it?
It'd be a Drake song.
Yeah, Drake song. Yeah. Everybody obviously got that I was doing Drake.
Right, that's exactly where they go. All right, so what are the questions?
What's the biggest difference between drivers in LA and drivers in London?
Oh, I
have to say, I do find LA drivers a little bit more impatient. Just going out there.
Really?
Yeah. I do find there's a lot more beeping. No one wants to give you way. Whereas, you know what? In London, I'd say people do let you into things.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So. I feel like
one thing I really love about driving in LA as a driver myself is I love the palm trees. I feel like look at this. I feel like I'm on a constant vacation.
This is about drivers, though.
Right.
Like drive, but I agree.
I do find the highways scary in LA.
Me too, because
like
you
when
have
people
that
are
thing
switching
of going
lanes.
off.
Yeah, when people are switching lanes, and obviously everything's the other way around for us. So you're driving on a different side of the road, and the steering wheel's on a different side of the car.
Yeah.
So especially I find when I come back from London, I find it even scarier, and I find myself too much on one side or the other.
Oh, I do that all the time.
But yeah, and I think drivers pretty much everywhere in the world are pretty impatient, aren't they?
Yeah, I am too, to be fair. Do you believe you're a backseat driver? Okay, I'm a proud backseat driver. You know why? Because my line every time I do a backseat driver thing, like watch out or don't go that close, is imagine I didn't say that, I could have just saved your life and somebody else's.
The difference is every time you say it, I'm like, the way you say it is more likely to cause an accident. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. Then save me. Like, I'm like, literally, I have a shock. Like, I literally have a shock every time you say it. And I'm like, what happened? Like, what happened? Did something happen? And you're like, no, I was
what's my
sure.
usual, oh my gosh, it's mummy.
Yeah, mummy. It's like, what's mummy gonna do?
I would say I am more of a backseat driver than Jay is, yes.
I'm not a backseat driver at all.
Maybe that just shows I care.
I'm also not a backseat driver in life.
Oh, line drop.
No, but it's important. It's an interesting question, right? Like,
this is like, you know what, Jay Shetty getting Jay Shetty on me. So actually, you know what, let's go deeper into that. What does it mean to be a backseat driver in your life?
It's a good question then.
What does it mean, Jay, to be a backseat driver? Please do tell us.
No, I just think that some of us, grab life by the steering wheel and navigate and take the journey ourselves. And some of us sit in the back seat and criticize and judge and complain about what everyone else is doing.
Do you not think that in life we need both backseat drivers and people who want to take the steering wheel, and too many steering wheel people would actually be not good?
That was an amazing question.
Yeah.
That was an amazing question. No, I believe that when you're driving, you should drive safely and securely and responsibly. And when you're in the back seat, you should be obedient.
I'm talking about what?
In life.
Oh, in life.
Yeah, in life.
Okay, next question, people. Next question. If you could pick 3 people to fill your car with on a road
good
trip,
question. Oh, just to remind everyone, these were questions that my team came up with, so we had no idea what we
they
were
going
answering.
to be.
Yeah.
If you could pick 3 people to fill your car with on a road trip, who would they be?
Go on, let's try one each.
What, 3 people in the whole entire world?
Yeah.
Okay, I know who.
Yours are easy. Go on.
Yeah, mine are quite easy.
Go on.
Mine would be, people alive would be my grandma, my niece, and my nephew.
Yeah.
Banter.
Yeah.
Forever.
Didn't make it.
So much fun.
Make it.
No, but that would be like, it would be so funny because...
3 in the back. We'll put 3 in the back. Then
3 in the back.
Then
You can be in the car too.
Yeah.
But not alive. I would love to have a car full of like my grandma and then her grandma and like my ancestors.
That's sweet.
One, I love driving around old people. I do it for my grandma and her friends all the time, and it is so much fun because they're hilarious. You know, one thing I found, my dad opens up on road trips. Like if it's just me and him, he's driving me to the airport, or my sister told me yesterday that he was driving her to the airport, and he starts telling stories about himself. Like it creates this time and space where people can open up a little bit. And so with that in mind, I think I would want that with people that I really wish I had got to know but didn't have the chance to.
What questions would you ask, or what game would you play with these people in the car on a long journey?
For fun, I would definitely play, our Indian version of carpool karaoke, Antakshari, where you all just sing like old Indian songs. But I imagine my grandma and her ancestors would probably sing like devotional songs or God songs, which is amazing. But then to actually ask them questions, I love word association. I think it tells a lot about people.
Right.
To understand when they hear something, what they relate it to.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I've been. What about you? Who would your 3 people be?
Oh gosh, all right. So if it was living, it would be you, my sister, and my mum.
Yeah.
And that would be like my family trip.
Yeah.
If it was people who weren't alive or like people I don't know, I'd want it to be Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King, and Einstein.
Oh,
And
wow.
I wouldn't say anything. I would just listen.
It'll be all of them in one car.
Because I would just listen. I would have nothing to say.
Yeah,
I would just sit there
observe.
and think about what they would say.
You know who else is so fun in the car though? We've done a few random car trips with him together is Radhanath Swami, because I feel like he really brings up such good conversation
Yeah.
and also does the same thing my dad does, where there's so many stories that come out during those trips.
Totally.
I love those
Totally.
trips.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd take you out and put him into mine, sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
With your bar and your
My
niece and
grandma, my
nephew.
niece, my nephew.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that.
I'm not sure he'd enjoy that.
I was going to say the other person you love having in the car is Adil.
Oh yeah, that's a good carpool
Because
karaoke
yeah,
friend.
you and Adil are always singing in
that's
cars.
true. That's good. Good answer. That would be a really interesting conversation to have.
Yeah.
If it was possible. Who is more likely to leave the car lights on overnight? I literally did that yesterday. Not overnight.
Did you?
Not overnight. No.
You leave the car lights on, you leave the car unlocked, you forget to charge the car.
I leave my little.
Like we're so
trinkets
lucky
in the
that
car.
we have electric cars. Like right now, this electric
I've always
car.
got a
we're
spare hairband, a spare drink, a spare some pair of sunglasses, some snacks. There's always something here lingering.
Right.
That's really a blessing.
So then, yeah,
Me,
it wouldn't
me.
be me.
I'll take that.
I find that I go through periods where the car is immaculate, and then when I have too many clothes
You.
and shoes in the car.
There are times I will literally come to the car and it's like he's been living out of his car for a long period of time.
Because I've started to realize, like it happened the other night, right?
You
Like,
needed a tux.
I needed a suit because I had an event to go to, and I've started to realize. So I keep my pickleball stuff in the car.
Yeah.
I need a suit in the car. I need a suitcase in the car potentially.
Yeah.
Like I find like so much of my life is so like last minute.
True.
Like jump on a plane, do this, do that. That I've started to realize that I need to be more prepared.
I feel like you weren't prepared for this road trip because where are my beverages?
Oh no, but we're gonna buy some Junior when we get there.
Okay, fine.
Who's most likely to get car sick in a car that they're not
Oh,
driving? Me
me,
too. Yeah.
me.
I get car sick so much.
Would-
I still
If
no.
I
But
do this, it's
let's
better.
figure that out though. That kind of like.
Let's just go a little bit deeper into this, shall we? Let's dive into it, Jay. Go on.
I'm trying to figure out this whole car sick situation. Like,
Yeah,
why
it's
is
just
it
the
that-
imbalance in the ear, babe. There's nothing to figure out.
No, but then how do we solve our imbalance? Because we've had this for a while.
Yeah, no, it's an imbalance in like your eardrum.
Right.
So there are different ways you can use peppermint oil. That really helps me.
Right. So why didn't you bring peppermint?
Chewing on ginger, that's really helpful.
Right.
And then if you are reading, read upwards.
Got it. Go on
not
then.
outwards.
What's the next question?
Okay, the next question is, would you need maps to get from our house to go to a grocery
Yes.
store?
Yes. Completely.
I think Google Maps has really ruined my ability to absorb in things around me, and like
Yeah.
I don't know what I would be without Google Maps. I
If
don't, well, no, I know what I would be. I don't know where I would be.
If I'm in London, I can really get around. But I feel like ever since we moved to the
Same.
States,
I've become very
we're
reliant.
so reliant on maps and
Yeah. So in conclusion, we both would need maps to get
Yeah,
anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is a question from you to me.
Go on.
Do you not answer texts from me because you're playing hard
So
to
I've
get?
told the team that sometimes you don't respond. I have to explain this to our friends as well because our friends will be like,
I've gotten so
"Is Radhi
much
upset
better
with me?
though.
Like, is Radhi okay?" Like,
I'm
because I'm
fine.
like, she doesn't reply to her own husband for like 7 messages. Like, I have to ask her the same question.
You're
and I've
quite
realized
you're someone who like you're not so succinct though.
I am succinct.
Okay, fine.
Send
It's me.
short messages.
It is me, honestly. But I also think, you know what I really do think, and this is I'm going to have a Jay Shetty moment now.
Go on.
I believe that we have this terrible habit of wanting people to reply within like a day
Fair.
or two. And I'm like, what if I want to reply within a week?
But
Why?
what if we live together?
Yeah.
And what if I need
then
to make
you
a
can
decision?
ask me when you see me.
Right.
And I just think that there's this, I find that the reason I get distracted so fast is because this need of, oh my gosh, I have to reply to this person fast. I have to reply to this email within this amount of time. I have to, and sometimes I just want the freedom. Like today, I replied back to an email 3 days later. Was anybody hurt by it? No. Well, if they were, I'm sorry, but, or like text messages, someone messaged me and I remembered it this morning. So I was like, oh, 4 days later. And I don't even feel like I should have to apologize for a late reply because late is relative.
Got it.
But yes, I am bad at it. I'm actually...
No, you've got really good at it.
I've gotten so much better.
I just find sometimes I need to make a decision.
Totally, call me. I am not a messenger. I am so good with calls.
Yeah. And I'm the opposite. I'm a message me.
You're a messenger.
Yeah, don't always call me because I'll be in meetings.
I'm
or in the
a
studio or something,
if you call me, I will pick up and we can talk. I'm more than happy to do that. But because I have to type so much for work and I'm on my phone all the time for that, communication via phone becomes so tedious for me. It's not fun. So call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
One of the times I do take calls, which I do love, is when I'm driving. That's usually my time to take a phone call.
Same.
It speeds up any journey.
Except LA has such bad reception.
Fair.
What would each other's first line be if we met now at a party?
Oh, interesting.
Mine would be something like, did you try the vegan tacos?
Are you vegan?
Are you vegan?
What would mine be? Mine would be... We never met at a party, so I don't also have that context.
I think maybe you'd probably get into like a group convo with people, and then you say something intellectual, and then I'd ask you something, and...
Oh, so I'd use my intellect.
Yeah, I think you'd use your intellect. What's the first song?
No, but do you know what? Let's
get into this.
No. I really feel for everyone who's like dating right now online and stuff.
Hard.
It's really hard.
It's
like,
so hard.
I'm like, you have to be interesting on your profile. You have to be interesting on your pictures. Then you have to be interesting on text. Then you have to be interesting on a voice note. Then you have to be interesting in real life.
And then you get the real life.
It's because you're forced to have to be interesting at every tiny point of connection.
No, sometimes I just want to not talk and just be silent. You can't do that on dates. You can't just be yourself. You always feel like you have to show up as a really excitable, interesting person with a lot that you do in life. What's your screen time?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
tell me yours. I'll tell you mine later.
I don't even want to tell you.
Tell me.
7 hours, 30 minutes.
That makes sense. It's during the workday.
Should we see what it is though? Most used WhatsApp. So like yesterday was WhatsApp for 3 hours. So that's messaging and calls.
Talking to your mum.
Yeah. Instagram for 1 hour 10. Not bad. Internet surfing for 1 hour. Notes section 42 minutes because I write on that.
Write your quotes.
I write my quotes on there, write my little reminders, reflections. Google Maps 30 minutes. Messages 26 minutes. And Google Calendar 23 minutes.
Yes, that's not too bad.
Honestly, that's probably one of my... And Google Mail 20 minutes. That was writing back to that one email. Great. If our relationship had a theme song, what would it be?
Pop star?
Yeah. I'm a pop star. No. Yeah, I'd go with that.
I don't think that goes for our relationship.
I think that's great. Do you have an ick about me?
I think
Where to start?
Yeah, no, literally. I think it used to be when you used to run late.
I can tell you mine.
What?
Mine is because you have this like photographic memory. And that you remember everything. Sometimes, even if I know I'm in the right, I question myself.
But you're not in the right.
I am though. There are some times where you actually get it wrong.
I don't.
You do.
Damn.
And this is my ick. This part.
You're the stubborn one.
I don't get anything
No,
wrong.
I do get stuff wrong. I'm actually the first to say I'm sorry or first to say I've got something wrong.
You're
the stubborn one.
I am stubborn.
So it's your stubbornness.
Okay, great.
Yeah. It's going to start a fight. All right, so we're here.
Yay.
Made it.
Made it.
Enjoyed that conversation with you.
Me too. It was really great. I'm really excited to get a little beverage.
There you go. And for the challenge, I am not very excited.
Are you ready?
No.
Are you ready? Come on, let's go. Let's go get some food. Come make me some dinner. It's Friday. I need a break, okay?
Let's do it.
How do I open this? Oh, yeah. Amazing. Oh, you're not opening my door for me now.
Oh, sorry.
See you second. Shall we visit here?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to give you the recipe.
All right.
It's right here.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to you. You have to find the ingredients, And that's that, mate. Here you go. I'm happy to help you here and there.
Okay, I'm going to need you to
I'll
push
do this,
Yeah.
you do that. Okay, go.
All right, 1 cup of short grain brown rice.
Now, what section do you think that might be in?
Well, in the rice section.
Correct.
But there is,
Where
right
am
now I
I?
don't see any signs.
Right now we're in the beverage section.
Oh,
babe.
obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let's grab, here we go. Let's
What
grab
do you
some
do with the
Junie. Which one, which flavor do you want?
have raspberry, you do lemon. That deserves a little seat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take some for the team.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want one as well, Homer? Which flavor? Raspberry
Oh.
tropical too? All right.
I got two
Yeah, we got 2
tropicals.
tropicals. Perfect.
Perfect.
All right, good. Okay,
What else do you need?
avocados.
Okay, but how do you know? How are you gonna pick this avocado?
Wait, I think the darker they are, the better.
Darker there, but yes, definitely if you want to eat them today. So feel it. Like, do you think that one's right?
It's soft.
Does it feel right?
Yeah, because it's soft.
Yeah, you're bruising it right now.
Okay.
But yes, around the.
So
that
I'm
one
right.
feels like too soft. Find another.
This one.
Well, that's a really good one.
Okay, all right.
Well done. Let's take 4 for good, just
All
in
right,
case.
Okay. All right, bell pepper is going to be here. It doesn't say a color.
Oh, pick a color that you'd like.
I like red.
Pick a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Thank you, man. Thank you for understanding.
Thank you. This is why I never bring him
That's
shopping,
exactly what
honestly.
she wanted. There we go.
Well done.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool. All right, now these ones. Here we go. So,
You could grab like 2.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. All right,
You're doing really, really good.
about half a small head of cabbage. Here's our thing. You've left our.
Our trolley.
Yeah,
you're
you
allowed
left
to
our
park-
trolley.
You're allowed to park
No,
up
you
your
left our trolley. What if someone else takes it? All right, now I need 1 bay leaf. There we go.
Nice.
All right.
So proud. Look what I found. Kiwi berries.
All right, so now we're looking for canned diced tomatoes. I think they'll be in here.
Maybe use the
You're so sweet for helping me out.
Use this-
I'd have been looking down here the whole time. She's like, just look up. I'm like, oh, okay.
use the CSA one.
Where
On the
is that?
left.
Th-
To
this
the
one?
left. To
This
the
one?
left.
Mild or spicy? Spicy.
Sassy.
Just one?
Yeah.
Organic black beans?
Yeah. Give me the good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
You might find the sweet corn somewhere.
1 cup short grain brown rice. Long grain, short grain, brown. There we go.
Hey.
All right. Short grain brown rice, yeah?
Look at all the different types of rices there are in the
I know,
world.
it's too many.
It's amazing.
Too many. All right. This is a mistake I used to make back in London all the time. My mum would send me out to get coriander, and I'd end up coming back with parsley. Can never tell the difference. How do you tell the difference?
You missed out something in that area.
Huh? Oh, lime. No, it says 1/2 tablespoon fresh lime juice.
Yeah, lime. So you get it from a lime.
No, you buy lime juice.
Stop it! You're making me scared about my recipes.
Do you know what do you know what that reminded me of?
Huh?
It reminded me of that scene in The Breakup where Jennifer Aniston asked Vince Vaughn to get lemons for the table. And he's like, why do we need lemons for the table?
Oh yeah.
And they have a full-blown argument about why lemons are a good table decoration or not. All right, I'm gonna get the unsweetened yogurt.
Please get a small one. Well, lucky for you, I have some at home.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, thank you for your help. Thanks so much.
I have some at
You see
home.
how I was misled? She has some at home. It's on the list, but it's not at this store. Looking for canned diced tomatoes.
This is honestly my dream. Like my dream, a few hours spare to spend is in a grocery store. It's probably his night. You can't ask questions.
I had to. Look how they've 1 cup canned diced tomatoes. So this is it.
Great.
I had to ask for help for some things. I mean, who's going to look down there? Be honest. Are you going to see that? Tomato paste. I need to find that. I have no idea what tomato paste looks like.
It might be in this similar area, babe.
Yeah.
No, you're facing the right way.
Here we go. Double concentrated tomato
Yeah,
paste?
that's perfect.
All right. Okay, the only one I have left is sweet corn kernels. I'm going to look for it myself.
Okay, go on.
Where's my friendly helper? Oh, this way. Do you do sweet corn in a can? Like sweet corn kernels? Perfect. All right. Wait, let me check. Brown rice, check. Canned diced tomatoes, check. 2 tablespoons sunflower oil or avocado oil. You have that at
I've
home.
got you for that.
Bell pepper, got it. Cabbage, got it. Bay leaf, got it. Canned black beans, jalapeno peppers, sweet corn kernels, taco seasoning, tomato paste, sugar, salt, asafoetida, fresh lime juice, chopped fresh cilantro, 5 avocados, unsweetened yogurt. We didn't have, but you
I've
have
got
some
it.
at home. Vegan mayo. Oh, we need 2 cilantros, not just one. I only got
2
one.
cilantros.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or frozen. It does say that. Good.
Great.
I did it. That was not bad. That was
Yeah.
like record time. How long was that?
That was not bad for one recipe.
Why did
it
no
was
one
great.
time me?
It's fine.
Why did no one time me?
You did a great job.
I reckon I was quicker than you are. You get distracted by like
Me, I get.
chocolates
Oh my god,
and
yeah.
lunch and like so. I actually was far more efficient than people give me credit for.
I'm well happy.
All right, now what?
Let's go.
All right, you got to pay for it now. Do you want to go grab some food for yourself?
No, but do you think I'm allowed to open something before I pay
Yes.
for it? If I'm gonna pay for it,
Oh wait, look, she just added other stuff that wasn't on the list.
I did. I'm just about to pay for it though.
That was fun.
That was so fun. You know
I
what?
know you're hungry. I'm gonna go home and
I am,
cook.
I'm so
I'm gonna go home and make lunch for you. How does it feel when someone makes your own food for you?
Honestly, great, because you know what the amazing thing about cooking and recipes is that you can like when I cook my mum's food, I can literally cook the same thing with the same recipe, and it will never taste the same.
In a good way.
In a great way, like
Yeah.
everything is so different.
So when I make your recipe, it will have its own flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because it will be made with love for you.
Yeah, it would just be using different hands, different amount. Like even if you're measuring things out, somehow things always taste different. That's what's so amazing about food.
Right.
I'm just not a person to speak to when I'm not fed.
Right.
I don't know whether you're like that.
Is that how you feel right now?
That's how I feel right now.
I get what you're saying though. I get quite hangry as well.
Do you?
Don't you?
You do.
Upset.
You don't
I get more
I
upset.
get upset.
Or like upset.
I get agitated.
Agitated, right?
Agitated.
Agitated. So what do we do? What do I do when you're agitated?
Ideally, not talk to me, but we can't do that right now.
No, we
can't.
Because we're recording a podcast.
Let's keep this going.
Can you give me the ticket, please?
I don't have
I
that.
just handed them to you like
Oh,
2
right.
seconds ago.
Which one's which? What do you do to keep yourself like? Because you're someone who expends so much energy during the day. I feel like
Right.
you're probably one of the most. What's like the word for a person who uses their time really well?
Just organised.
No. You are one of the most productive people
Right.
that I know, and you really don't. You know, you're not a time waster. You really use your energy and your time so efficiently. But I always wonder, and I feel like I get asked this a lot, like how do you manage to maintain that energy level throughout the day?
I don't. There are times when I feel tired.
But a secondary part to that question
Mm-hmm.
is when you do, like right now, I feel like I just want to get into bed and do nothing for the rest of the day. But like one can't do that often. So what would one do if one was feeling that way and actually, you know, how do you keep motivated and then pick your energy back up?
I think first of all, I do love what I do. And
You do.
I'm really grateful
I
to
see
get to do
that
what I do. I feel like I appreciate that I get to do what I love every day, and I don't take that for granted.
I've noticed that about you. You really, even if you are feeling that way, you self-soothe a lot in the sense that you self-talk to motivate your, like you don't really rely on other people to bring you. No, not in that.
You give me encouragement.
No, but what I'm saying is you find ways. I know even when you're feeling tired, you're like, no, you know, I may be tired, but this is something that I love doing. Or you're constantly talking to yourself in a positive language to motivate yourself or energize yourself.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that about you, where even if you are tired and even if you're, I'm exhausted, but I've had such, like the best week and it's been so productive and I got this done and what an amazing thing to be able to do this or this. And so I've noticed that with you, where even, and so I think that language really makes a difference to
how we
you.
talk to ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always say to myself, I am tired, so I'm accepting.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I add an action to solve that. So I am tired and I'll go to sleep tonight.
I'll sleep early tonight, yeah.
Sorry, I'll go to sleep early tonight. Or I am tired and tomorrow I'm going to sleep on the plane. So I've got a flight tomorrow in the morning.
It's always telling you, you know what it is? It's your body reacts to how you're feeling and what you're saying to it.
Yeah, and you're not lying to it. You can't just be like, oh, I feel energized.
No, because it knows you're lying.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's one of those things where you are almost giving it that hope and that something to look forward to, where it's like, let's just put in that last amount of effort.
Yeah.
And then just know that I also know you are struggling, and I know that this is happening in my body. So I'm telling you, body, that we are gonna do this, and
Yeah.
it's gonna make us feel better.
And also planning recoup, right? Like I know that, like last weekend when you planned a little spa day for us.
Yeah.
Like I was looking forward to that
Yeah.
the whole week. We knew we had a tough couple of weeks
Yeah.
before that. And now I know I've got another quite intense, like 7 days ahead.
Yeah.
And then I'm hoping to have a couple of days of rest.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's also balancing that out and saying, okay, I know I've got a busy period. When am I going to plan some deep rest?
Totally.
Rather than going, okay, I'm just going to rely on that energy.
I think people, and by people I mean people like me, we live moment to moment rather than, like there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying whether that's good or bad, but there are people who live moment to moment and react according to how they're feeling in the moment. And then there are people who, and I think there's a training element to it where, you know, you can't always act on how you're feeling, because often how you're feeling may not be the right way to do what you need to do. Like I feel a certain way right now, but do I have things to do and do I need to get them done? Yes. Whereas if I went with how I was feeling and I didn't train myself to push through that sometimes, I wouldn't be able to get done what I need to do. So I think it takes an element of training. I think that's every single time you're feeling that way, having that talk and pushing yourself to do.
Yeah,
those
that's really
things.
smart. There you go. Solved it. What was that last question on the page?
It was, what kind of party person are you?
Oh, introvert, extrovert. What was the
No,
option?
it was kind of like so I know I
It's
am the
okay.
person yawning at the party, but also the person who I find one person to talk to the whole night usually.
That's
and
what I
I
do.
stick with that person. No, you are like a full-on social butterfly.
No, I'm not. I
Trying
don't-
to get you out of a party
No,
is
no, this
literally
is,
like
this is, so, okay, look,
no,
I find
I'm
Jeremy
no.
at any party, no, this is true.
No.
When Humble lived here, I would find Humble or Jeremy at any party and we would sit and have a philosophical conversation for an hour and a half. That's fact. That's
No.
fact. No, that's fact.
No.
Ask Humble or Jeremy.
You're the person
This is
who-
that stubbornness coming out in you. I know why
No,
too.
I know, because I'm always waiting by the door, waiting
That's
for you
never
to leave.
happened in a million years.
Are you joking? Are you joking?
Name one place that we went
Okay,
to
I'm going to ask
recently.
all my friends, all of our friends tonight when we see them, what usually happens at the end of the night. It's you talking to everybody, saying bye for about
Yeah, but that's
an
because they
hour.
guess at our home or our event.
When we're out.
No.
Even when we're out and about, you're talking to people and I'm waiting to go to the next shop and you're just having you're just a chatter, you are.
Definitely not.
You are. You love socialising.
You know what though? We went to some really beautiful things lately. So we were really fortunate to go to Kristen Bell was being honoured by UN Women
Yes.
and for the World Peace
That was
Humanitarian
phenomenal.
Fund. And it was a gala, the first ever gala. It was absolutely incredible. I think we were both moved by Sharon Stone, who spoke.
Sharon Stone gave such an incredible...
She talked about...
She shared so much that I just didn't know about. And you know, one thing that's made me... That situation made me think, it was about... there was some women who are, you know, advocating for a lot of peace around the world. And this was a woman that came from Afghanistan. And she was talking about the amount that's happening in Afghanistan. And it made me realise that there is so much happening around the world that we don't hear about. And what makes it to us is based on what the media decides to show us. And I find that so interesting, because when I then was thinking about other things that I've heard through my friends, or, you know, depending on where you're from originally, you may hear more to do with that country, right? And so I was thinking about the other areas of the world that we just don't hear about, and there is so much happening around the world that we just don't know about,
And we can't even...
and we can't.
yeah.
It's so difficult, and it's obviously what's close to you and what's meaningful, but it is so interesting that we do kind of live in our own bubble, even though you think we have so much access to other parts of the world. Like they were talking about what's happening in Afghanistan and how, you know, how
was all
women
about
are
refugee
treated.
camps
Yeah,
specifically,
refugee
yeah.
camps, and how the women there are treated, and how they're not allowed to go out into even walk by themselves on the street. They're not allowed education. There's so much.
Yeah, I was really blown away. I think we were both blown away by when Sharon Stone was saying that the average refugee spends 11 years in a refugee camp and there's no access to toilets and showers for that much time.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about this, and my parents were in refugee camps. Well, my mum was for a long time, so was my dad for years of their teenage life. And their refugee camps, my mum was saying, was actually, it was in London, it was in Scotland, sorry. And they were saying they did have those facilities there, but I think maybe in different parts of the world they didn't. But I think it's more collective showers, collective toilets, and you just think about how different people's lives can be. Like my parents went through that for their teenage years. They spent it in refugee camps. They see it as a place that saved their life. Like they see the refugee camps as we were able to leave an unsafe place to come and take
because
refuge.
they were able to get out.
Yeah, exactly. And so they were so grateful to even have that, someone that actually took them in and they're given that opportunity to start over and start a new life.
Yeah. And then the other event we went to that I think was really beautiful and special this week was the celebration event for Clarence and Jackie Avon.
Oh yeah, that was
just spectacular. We're so grateful. We both were invited by Nicole Avon to celebrate her parents, and even though we didn't know her parents, I definitely felt
I knew them.
It was such a beautifully organized event. I felt so moved and touched because I walked away going, wow, if only I could even try to serve my community and live in the way her parents did.
Like to have that much impact, and whether it's impact online, offline, the people closest to you, the people that you meet in a shop, whatever it is, to have that effect where people are so touched by who you are as a person and how you've gone above and beyond for them. I think it was incredible. The number of people in so many different areas, so many different walks of life. I was blown away. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was unbelievable to have that experience and just to hear about how someone for that many years as well could continue to support and serve their community.
I know, I feel like it was from his pretty much like teenage years, or both their teenage years, all the way up till 90.
Yeah.
And still there were people who had met him at 90 and were sharing how much, even within a couple of months, they had completely changed their perspective on
Yeah,
life.
it was really, really special.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredible. And then obviously we got to watch this beautiful performance by Stevie Wonder, which I thought was
Oh
just
my
spectacular.
gosh, it literally made me cry. What a legendary human.
Yeah.
And then to be able to, I think more than anybody that I've seen in real life, and we went to Beyonce's concert, we went to so many things, but I don't know, there's something, for me, I've got a personal kind of nostalgia with Stevie Wonder. It was my dad used to play it all the time in the car when I was growing up, and just an amazing artist.
Yeah, really fun events. So those were two social events you didn't have to drag me out of. There you go. But yeah, no, really, really love attending these events that almost remind you of humanity.
Yeah.
Like I walked away in different ways. One was what we can do to serve, what we can do to help. The other one about how we can celebrate humans as well. I felt I walked away thinking, how do I want to celebrate my parents?
So sweet.
How do I want to celebrate what they gave me?
Yeah, it made me walk away thinking, because there were so many amazing stories that they were telling. And it made me walk away thinking, and this is what I'm planning to do for Christmas, is there's these amazing games you can buy and journals that you ask your parents to fill in and to talk about their life before you, and even their life throughout you, but it's a year-long journal. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to try and find it again. I saw it, and it asks questions that you would never normally ask your parents. And I realized I want to go back and got all these pictures and things from when they were younger to actually ask the stories behind the pictures and write them down in the album. Because there's one thing about having like footage of and being like, oh, this is a nice picture, but when you have the depth and the story behind it, it makes it so much more meaningful. So I'm going to do that with my grandma and my parents. I was going to tell you to do that with your mum as well.
Remember when you tried to interview your grandma?
I did try to interview my grandma. I wish there was a way of doing it where she doesn't realise. My grandma gets into like performer mode when the camera's out, where she gets really serious. But I still think I learned so much from that.
You need to do it in a way when you're just sitting in a room and just have a camera there. Yeah.
But I do think it's important. I follow this page on Instagram that's all about the questions you should ask your parents. Oh my God, look, this car does hand gestures.
What is that?
Like to change things on the screen.
Oh,
There it is.
What do you mean?
I've seen that on BMWs. I forgot. You can change songs and stuff like this.
Okay, but what are you doing right now?
That's the hand gesture. I don't know what I'm doing right now,
For
but
what
that would be
then?
like if a song is playing. Yeah, I think it's so nice getting to know your parents before you to be able to understand them and how they are with you now. I definitely want to invest time in doing that.
Yeah, definitely. It was really beautiful, really, really special. And her book is amazing. It's called Think You'll Be Happy. It's really, really special. It's really grateful to have her as a guest on the podcast. And then we're both excited for Christmas. Oh, I was going to say, my sister's wedding was one of those times that I feel like I really got to celebrate her.
Yeah.
And I think it's so interesting. You get very few opportunities to celebrate the people that you love. And you almost have to take all of them and create more. Because people don't take that much time to celebrate their own lives, and we don't take time to celebrate the people's lives that we love.
Yeah, so true. Birthdays are a good opportunity to do that if you do it properly.
Yeah.
So, who are you wearing?
No.
Oh my god, look!
Okay, right. I love how you have energy for stuff like that.
I do. Okay.
No, I was just thinking that my sister's wedding was honestly just so much fun.
Yeah.
Talking about spending time with family and talking about doing amazing things. So my sister had 5 events across 7 days.
She had a proper Indian
with
wedding.
an average attendance of over
300
300 people at every single event.
And that's a small Indian wedding.
And that was a small Indian wedding. But it was insane. And I was like more run down from her wedding than I was
From your tour.
from my tour. And I think the reason is because it was so emotional as well.
Oh my god, this boy
I must
was
have
crying.
cried. Yeah, I must have cried.
He
Like,
was just crying every day.
I must have cried. at
Every
least.
day,
Yeah.
every hour, the whole ceremony.
You were crying as well.
He looked across. I would look across at him and he'd be crying, and then naturally, when people cry, I cry. Obviously, I just also love their relationship. It's so sweet. It's one of the sweetest brother-sister relationships I've ever come across. And there was one time where he turned to me and he just stopped crying, and then suddenly I look over, he's crying again. He looks at me, he goes, she was saying her vows. She's so well spoken. I was like, okay, great. Yeah, she did really good speeches. Like, she went to elocution classes when she was younger.
She didn't.
He was just really, he was welling up at her speaking so beautifully. I think she said like one line.
But you were crying as well.
Of course I was crying. We love her. She's just like,
She's a baby.
yeah, she's your kid.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was really cute. And then I cried throughout my whole speech.
Cried through the whole speech, blubbering away. It was really sweet though.
I don't think. Do you know what it was?
Actually, the speech was half sweet and half sassy.
Yeah, the first half was legendary.
First half, normally, you know, in speeches people have a bit of banter. Jay took it all the way bantering.
It was a full-on comedy set.
It was.
Yeah.
Who knew you were funny? I did.
You did. I think what it was, right, about the wedding was I actually realised just how much my sister loves me. And I
She
realised
loves
how
you
much
so-
I love her. Like, it was like, that was what I was feeling.
How you didn't know how much your sister loved you? You are literally the epitome of, like, you're just everything to her. There is nothing you could do wrong in her eyes, and even if you do, she's forgiven it within like 5 seconds.
Well, I think it's also, you know what it is?
But she knows how much you love her, that's why.
No, I think